So what I'm going to do is kind of introduce Josh through, first of all, a quick video that's on his website. And then he can kind of introduce himself, who he is, where he's been, what he's done, and then we'll kind of get into some of the video stuff that we put together. So
welcome to Rev Media. We create video strategies that increase revenue.
Revolution Media rocks.
Revolution Media is awesome.
Rev Media, the best place for ROI on video strategies.
Our clients save time, generate sales, and increase profitability with video strategies.
Revolution Media rocks.
Tim Best here, CEO of Active Life Systems. The video strategies developed by Rev Media have allowed us to get into accounts that were previously unapproachable, which has led to increased revenue. I would recommend Rev Media to anyone wanting to get results.
Revolution Media rocks.
I'm Larry Ruff, CEO of 9 Year Mortgage. After working with Rev Media, not only were we thrilled with the professionalism of the videos that they created for us, as soon as we started using them, we experienced a surge in sales beyond any we'd ever expected.
Websites with a video presentation are 50 times more likely to be acted on than standard text sites.
Hey, Chris Crone here, founder of a company called Strongbrook. We've done about $500 million worth of business over the last 7 years. We're up to big games, doing big things. And so we've hired Josh Bendoski, and he's been absolutely amazing to work with. Highly recommend that if you get the opportunity, you do it.
Hi, I'm Lennon Ledbetter. I've been working with Josh Bendoski, and Rev Media is awesome.
We helped the CEO of 60 Second Millionaire increase revenue over 300% in 1 year.
Hello, Mark Maxon here of the Maxon Group and LifeWorks Training Systems. I'm here to give you a testimonial on behalf of Rev Media and my friend Josh. He's professional at all times, he's courteous, and he's personable. And he shows up and gets the job done the first time the way you would want it done. I got to tell you, if you're looking for anybody in multiple areas, from graphics to video production to audio, you name it, that's just the surface of what this young man's capable of doing, and that's just the surface of Rev Media.
Sign up for a free market analysis to see how we can generate similar results for your company.
Lane, you want to take it from here, or do you want me to go?
Whoops, I'm sorry. I put myself on mute there. I was saying, and I said it so eloquently, but I'll start over. I'm very, very excited about the partnership that Josh and I have formed and working with Rev Media. Josh and I have known each other for quite a few years. I've been extremely impressed with what he's done with his business and the type of quality that he puts out. And so what I'd like to do, I played that video so you could kind of see the type of clientele that he's worked with and that we're going to be working with. And I'll let Josh kind of give you a little bit of history of where he's been and what he's done. And then we'll kind of get into our program. We'd like to answer any questions. But the thing that I'm very, very confident in is that we're going to be able to perform the things that we're going to present to you. So Josh, why don't you take a little bit of time, introduce what Rev Media is all about, what you're all about, what we're all about, and then we can kind of go from there.
Awesome. Well, first of all, I just want to say thanks for being on here, Troy. And it looks like, I want to say it's H. Holiday, so I'm not certain of your first name there. But to cut to the chase, and then I'll kind of back up and go through going, what we've created is a streamlined formula of producing videos that allows you guys to make the major portion of the income from it. A very systematized approach to film production that allows you guys to make most of the money. which is pretty cool. And I'll kind of go over some of the ways that we've done that.
Welcome to Rev Media.
Go ahead and pause that. But just a quick recap on my background. I started a media company 10 years ago. I've done a lot of production in the political arena. I've done a lot of political, very prominent political campaigns. I've directed television in a number of countries. I've directed in Singapore and Malaysia and the Philippines, and I've been to Tokyo and Hong Kong directing television. And I've just produced thousands and thousands of productions over the course of my career in a lot of different countries. And so what we've created in this partnership with Lane is a very streamlined approach to video production. Now, some of you may know a little bit about video production, but video production traditionally is expensive. In custom production, which is one of the things that we offer, the very, very bottom floor of custom production is about $1,500 to $2,000 even to get started. And so when you guys are out in your networking events or out meeting people, you're going to be able to offer video production in our streamlined format at a fraction of what your competitors are offering it for, and be able to make a lot of sales. And I have, through this program, sold hundreds and hundreds of videos across the entire world based on this program that I'm going to share with you, and that Lane and I have created so that you guys can make the most of the money that is generated out of this program. And so that's a little bit about my background. I've been in media for a very long time, produced television, commercials, large scale, small scale, and a lot of marketing videos. And the streamlined marketing videos is where we'll spend most of our time today, because those are the ones that you're going to be able to offer at an extremely competitive price, and you'll be able to make quite a bit of money in doing that. Does that work for you, Lane? Is that where we're at?
That's great. You betcha.
Okay, I'll let you take it from here. I'll put the ball back in the court.
So what I'm going to do, and I've talked to some of you on this, some I haven't, and so this is either a great review or a great introduction of what we do. Really, though our core is videos, really what people want to do is they want to build their business and they want to do it rapidly. And Google is one of the big keys of being able to be found. And Google, I don't know what the percentage is. Josh, you may know, but I know overwhelmingly Google is the search engine that people use. And so we've built a system to get very, very high rankings in Google for your clients using our video. And whether they've got their own video that we want to work on, or whether it's a video that we produce, it doesn't really matter. But Google is really the key to making this work. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to Google here, and I'm going to type in one of the things that we produce is what's called a 5-star testimonial video. And it's a short video about 60 seconds long, give or take a little bit. It just is a great way to get the word out about a business. Now, Josh, what's the percentage of people, word of mouth advertising is the #1 type of thing, but a testimonial type thing is extremely important. What's kind of the percentage there, Josh, of
So a recent Forbes article was just released, which is one of the reasons we developed this program, that 88% of consumers trust a online review as much as a peer recommendation. So if a business has online reviews or videos in the form that we do them, about 88% of people will trust that review as much as a personal recommendation. So it is right on the heels of word of mouth.
Okay, perfect, great. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to Tesla Motor in Washington or Washington, D.C., and you're going to see how this works on getting reviews. I don't know if these are all the same or a little different, but it's popping up that they've got 3 videos there. Now, we recommend that a company do multiple testimonial videos, which is good for us because we make commissions on that, and it's good for them because they can use that in their marketing system. You know, whether they have a YouTube channel, their Facebook, their Google Plus, their Instagrams, all of those kinds of things are ways, sources to market these testimonials. So I'm going to play this. It's only, like I say, about a minute long, and I think some of you have seen some of them, and some of you haven't, but that's okay. We'll play this one.
We love sharing good news. So when one of our customers says something great about us and experiences our 5-star customer service, we have to share it. Here's what one of them had to say. A happy customer that leaves a review like this online ends up being a repeat customer. And that's what motivates our staff and team to serve you better. We strive hard to achieve great reviews like this. It's inspiring, and a new customer who reads 5-star reviews is a wise customer, as we stand behind our guarantee for 5-star customer service. So the only real question you have to ask yourself is, what are you waiting for? See what excellent results we can achieve working for you by utilizing our extensive knowledge and experience. Thank you for taking the time to visit with us today. We look forward to speaking with you. We are only one call away from serving you.
So this is a great way to tell the story, to have a testimonial there. Tom Fitzsimmons, who's with us, he's up in Boise, Idaho. We did a video for one of his clients, a heating and air company up there. And he's just kind of getting rolling to do this. He has a TV show for real estate and kind of the home selling area. And so really the market is huge on this. We can sell these for $200 or less, make a very, very good commission on those. And then, of course, what we want to do is we want to bundle these with the Google program that we have so that they can get a very high listing. Normally, we're going to at some point get on page 2, page 1, and kind of move up from there. Josh has produced a couple of videos for us that kind of explain the program, and I'm going to play one of those here. One's about just under 3 minutes, the other one's just over 4 minutes. But I'm just going to play one here real quick that we just got produced here a couple of days ago. And these are videos that you can send out to clients to kind of explain the program and the dynamics of it.
Hi there, this is Josh Bendoski, CEO of Rev Media. And I'm going to take a minute here to explain our video listing services for video. Video has a powerful leverage inside of the Google algorithms. For a couple of reasons. One is that Google actually owns YouTube, and so by leveraging video content optimized through YouTube, we're able to place them very high in the search results. So I'm going to start out here and just show you a few examples of this. First one I'll type in here is a franchise coach San Diego, and feel free to go ahead and type this in on your machine as well so that you can verify that these come up. I'll go ahead and hit search, and you'll see that we have a video that's been placed right here near the top of Google. Now, over time, it turns into this large piece of real estate. This video has been listed for a while, but it also has start as a smaller piece of real estate, so I'll show that to you as well. But go ahead and type in your machine, Franchise Coach San Diego, and you'll see how the video has been optimized to show in the results there. Next one I'll do is an orthodontist in a city called Springville, so go ahead and type that in. You'll see here that we have the maps, but then right below the maps, the very first listing below the maps, is a very nice listing here that comes with a visually pleasing thumbnail that is very eye-catching to the human eye. So when people are looking at that. Just to show you another example here, let me just show you one of our review videos. Type in Tesla, Washington, DC, and go ahead and search that key term, and you'll see one of our review videos that we've been placed here. Now, review videos have a tremendous amount of credibility in the marketplace. They say that there was a Forbes article that was written recently that says that 88% of consumers trust a customer review as much as a personal recommendation, so it's very powerful. But let me just click on one of these to show you what these review videos are. And we've made our review videos very affordable. But what we do is we start out with an intro to your company, then we have a gal come on and talk about your company. We go ahead and display the actual review that you've been given. She comes back on and kind of wraps everything up here. We can put your image in the background, your logo and everything like that. And then a kind of a call to action at the end. So you can see that's a nice product there that can be placed in the Google listings very, very high to get you some more traffic and more clientele. Let me just show one last one here. Pool Enclosures, New York. Just to show this, so the first couple of listings, and then right there a nice pleasing to the eye thumbnail with a video. So videos can be placed very high in the Google search. We make this a very affordable process, and we're very effective at it. So I will let your representative take it from there. Thanks so much. Josh Bendoski, CEO, Rev Media.
Okay, now one of the key things is that we can use Rev Media hold on here. Someone calling. We can use Rev Media. You can take your clients to the RevMediaUSA.com site. You can play that video for them. What we want to do, of course, is build not only trust, but that we can deliver a very good quality product. And as Josh has said, we've designed this so that you can make a very, very good revenue. The Google product is going to develop a monthly residual for you. And so, it's really going to depend on how good you are and how much time you put into it, just like anything else. And I'll be talking to each one of you individually about where we're at, pricing and numbers. It's going to depend a little bit on how much you want to put and that type of thing. But let it be said that it's going to be a very good revenue producing for you. And, everyone wants to have a very high ranking on Google. So it's an extremely good solution for them, number one. And number two, it's a very low cost. If you know anything about SEO, you can go in and go to Google and search, SEO, most SEO stuff to get on Google. First, second page is hundreds, sometimes thousands of dollars a month, and we can do it extremely affordable. So let us stop here right now. Maybe answer any questions that have popped into your mind. Hopefully we're making this real clear as to what the opportunity is and what we're going to be doing. So any questions on well, looks like we're doing a good job here. We just had Diana come in. Diana's over in Grand Junction, and so welcome, Diana, to our webinar here. So the main three products that we're going to be doing is the Google listing, the 5-star testimonial video, and the one that's right here where this best pool enclosures. Josh, why don't you take a moment and explain a little bit about the expert video, and it might be, we could play one, or you can just kind of explain a little bit about what it is.
Sure. And before I jump into that, I want to talk a little bit about the Google listing. The Google listing is where your long-term money is made. We have a 99% hold rate of people that get into the Google listing because it's a fraction of the cost of what traditional SEO is. And so once you get a client on the Google listing, like I said, it's a 99% hold rate that they stay on that. And I'll tell you, the only time I've ever had anyone cancel the Google listing is a fellow went through a divorce and got out of that business and it didn't make sense for him anymore, because it's way, way, way more affordable than SEO. And so you make a good commission on the sale of the video, which is important so that you have money today. But by getting people into the Google listing, those people will stay on for years. And so you'll actually be creating a good check up front, but then you'll be creating a residual check that'll come in just statistically from what we've experienced over the last few years, indefinitely. You know, so if you sign up a plumber tomorrow, a chiropractor, a roofing contractor, whatever it ends up being, very good chance that that will pay off for years to come. It's small, of course. You got to build up a large pool of clients, but they stay on that program for years. Is what our statistics have found. The other thing I wanted to talk about is the ability to use this Rev Media page. Now, I've sold hundreds and hundreds of videos online to people on the first time I've gotten on the phone with them. I have a lead generation system, but without showing them this video, those numbers go down dramatically. So having the ability to say, you know, I'm a part of Rev Media, and showing them this website, this plug that has, this video has maybe 15 to 20 testimonials in it. And then there's another video deeper inside here, which I won't even go into because it's even longer than that, that has even more testimonials. And so this website has so many testimonials.
Welcome.
Pause that, Lane. That's a similar video. It has so many testimonials that it really helps build trust and credibility very quickly with the person that you're talking to, if you need that. I don't know, depending on, well, as soon as you exit warm market, of course you guys have a handful of clients or business owners that you know personally, but as soon as you get beyond that kind of handful, it's very advantageous to have this ability to direct them to Rev Media, because there are so many testimonials on there. And then the easiest product, the best product to sell is by far the 5-star review, because it has the quickest turnaround and the lowest barrier of entry. So they spend a little bit of money to get the video up front, you know, a few $100s or whatever, and then you get them on the listing service, which is that long-term pay you month after month for years to come. Now, the expert interview, the one that Lane was talking about, and you can go over to one of those, Lane, that pool enclosure in New York. This video is a lot more expensive to produce. We have to actually engage the client, bring them on camera. It's a lot more extensive as far as the production and creation of the video. If you can sell it for more, you can definitely make more money. You know, you can sell it for maybe $1,000 and make quite a bit more money. But what I've found in my business model, and I've sold hundreds of both of these kinds of videos, is that especially if you're working inside of networking, or you're calling or communicating with people that you've never done business with before, the lower the price point, the lower the barrier of entry, the more people you'll get to buy. And so I would much rather sell 10 videos at a few $100s than one video at a few $1,000s, because I know I'm going to get that residual on, you know, 10 or 15 people instead of that residual on just the one person. And so we do have the expert interviews available. That Lane will have pricing on those for you, but I would, for the most part, try to push your clients to the review video, because it's easier on everybody, and because they've spent less money up front, it's much higher percentage will convert to the Google listing right out of the gate. And once they join the Google listing, like I said, it's a 99% hold rate that they will continue to stay on that forever.
Okay, great. Any questions that have come up? It's pretty simple, pretty straightforward. Let me play this video. This is the orthodontist client that we have down in Springville, Utah, but we've got them all across the nation. And so we'll just play that. It's about 3 minutes, but it'll give you an idea of what that video is and what you'd be selling.
wish you had a better smile? Well, you'd be amazed by the new advances in cosmetic dentistry that will literally give you a smile makeover. In today's segment, we caught up with a local dental expert to give you some insights on smile makeovers and how to find a dentist that will give you the perfect smile.
I'm often asked how to go about finding the right orthodontist. The problem is that finding the right orthodontist and the ability to afford orthodontic treatment can feel overwhelming. The good news is that it doesn't have to be difficult if you know what questions to ask. Searching for the right orthodontist to suit a client's needs can be challenging.
I'm going to skip a little bit on
Have
that.
they been in practice long enough for you to feel comfortable that they can provide you with quality care? Where orthodontics is a treatment over time, it often takes years of clinical experience for an orthodontist to provide that care. There's no substitute for experience. Tip number 2, are they personable? Is this someone you will feel comfortable working with?
Sorry, my computer's running a little slow here for the internet.
Our expertise is giving you the smile that you want, and we focus on helping our patients get the confidence they need with their smile. For those who want to learn more, they can go to www.trapnellorthodontics.com, where they can learn all about getting the beautiful smile that they want. Or you can call us, 801-489-9475. We're happy to help because patients are the key to our success, and we achieve our goals one smile at a time.
There you go. Pretty impressive, isn't it? With the right dental professional, taking care of your teeth can be quick and easy. To find out more about how you can make over your smile, contact today's expert at the number on your screen and get ready to be proud of those pearly whites.
Okay, great. Josh, why don't you go into a little bit as to how that video would be produced, just so that they have an idea of once we sell the video, we do all of the the production and working with your client and doing all of that, so you don't have to spend time doing a lot. But why don't you kind of, Josh, explain a little bit from A to Z as to what the salesperson, what we would be doing with that.
Sure. Let me actually go over the 5-star review video first. What the salesperson would be responsible as far as that's concerned, and then I'll go into this one. So with the 5-star review video, it's very simple. All you have to do is collect the phone number, and Lane will send you out a sheet on this, but all you have to do is collect a few pieces of information: a phone number, a website, a logo, and then the actual review itself. And so it could be a letter of recommendation. It could be something from LinkedIn that they want played on Google, whatever the actual review is itself. So those ones are very simple. You collect, it's I think 4 or 5 pieces of information. You can collect it over the phone in just a few minutes, and then just emailed over to us. And the turnaround on those videos is about 2 to 3 days on the 5-star review. So you collect 4 or 5 pieces of information, send it over to us. We send you back the video in a few days, and you can deliver it to your client. Very fast, and people are very excited about the turnaround of that. And then the Google listing takes about 2 to 3 weeks on any video. So whatever the video is, the Google listing is about 2 to 3 weeks. But we always send the person the video for review before we move into that process. Now the expert interview, the one that we just watched here, is a much more elaborate video. There's a lot of more moving parts. But as far as a salesperson's time, all you have to do is when you sell somebody, we send you a calendar link, a live calendar link to the schedule of whoever the person is that's going to produce it, and it's a 1.5 hour calendar link. So if I was selling a chiropractor tomorrow, I would set them up with a 1.5 hour calendar link to talk to me, Josh Bendoski. Inside of that 1.5 hour, I would go over a script with them. So we write the script. They don't have to worry about coming up with the message. We do all the scripting with them. And I would coach them on how to do the recording. So the orthodontist video that you just saw there, I coached that person on how to use their own cell phone to do that recording. And so inside of this process, we will walk them through the setup and everything with their cell phone. We have tutorials that we send them that walk them through it step by step. And so it's a 1.5 hour time commitment on their end, which a lot of professionals really like, especially like attorneys, doctors, dentists, those types of professionals that make money while working on somebody. Those types of professionals love how fast it is to get one of these produced because it just takes a minimal amount of time. And then so inside of an 1.5 hours of time, we complete everything as far as they're concerned to get the message and the recording done. And then it takes us about 1 week to produce it and get it back to them for review. So the 5-star review videos is about a 2 to 3 day turnaround. This one, the expert interviews, is about a 1 week turnaround to have the video produced. But as far as the salesperson is concerned, it's super easy on both sides. On one end, you just get us, I think it's 5 pieces of information. And then on the expert interviews, we just have a live link. And when you're on the phone with them, you say, when is a good time to go ahead and make this happen? And then you use this link to plug them into my calendar. So it's very simple on either side.
Yeah, so we've made this as simple and as easy for the sales guy. All I like to do when I sell and market is I like to sell and market. I don't want to get into the production of these videos, and so we've put this together to make it very simple for us on the marketing side, just getting the basic information that we need for production, and that can be sent off, and boom, they can be produced, and then the production side takes care of all the other. So any questions so far?
I have a question.
Yes, go ahead.
So you've got you mentioned that you have a marketing system. Would you be willing to share scripts and other things like that so that we don't have to recreate them?
Yeah, absolutely. We'll do that. I'm sure Josh has some stuff. I have some stuff. And we would love to have you guys share back and forth. What we would like to do is have some type of a meeting once a week. It might be 5 minutes long and it might be 35 minutes long. But that's what we want to do is kind of share successes, what's working, what's not working, you know, how we can get past the gatekeepers, you know, those kinds of things, so that we can build success in our own marketing efforts.
Okay.
But good question. Now, Josh, let me ask you one other question that is frequently asked you know, what kind of success do we have on getting those videos on page 1, page 2? Will it be on page 2? Will it always get to page 1? Or what's the timing of that? And what do we say so that we're kind of compliant with expectations? Because the last thing you always want to do is you want to under promise and over deliver. So
right.
Just take a couple of minutes on what the expectations that we can tell our clients.
So if it's a localized client, like let's say it's a city it looked like somebody here was in Idaho. Just about any city, we're going to be on page 1 or 2 within just a couple of weeks. Now, once you get into some bigger cities like New York or Atlanta, it should be on page 2 within a couple of weeks. But remember, inside of your sales pitch, and we'll send you some scripting on all this, that we always want to say that, you know, you go on, there's a setup cost to optimize it, but then it's a monthly cost. And that's where the residual comes for our salespeople. But the monthly cost is something that we do to continually boost that up. Now, in some of almost all the smaller cities, or even somewhat smaller cities, like almost every city in Utah, it'll be listed within about a week. But you always want to say somewhere between 2 to 3 weeks to get the initial listing, which is going to be somewhere in the first few pages of Google. Now, 95% of the time, it's going to be on page 1. It may not be at the top of page 1, but 95% of the time, it's going to be on page 1, unless you're talking Los Angeles, New York, Atlanta, some of these large cities where there's, a very large population. Then it'll be on, usually page 2. Usually page 2 is a safe bet. So when I always pitch it, I say, it'll end up on page 1, and it does always end up on page 1. It just depends on how long somebody sticks with the program. But within a week to 3 weeks, it'll be on within the first 1 to 2 pages, almost guaranteed. I mean, you don't ever want to make any certain 100% guarantees, but it'll be on page 1 or 2 within a few weeks.
So really knowing the SEO industry, most SEO people are saying it usually takes 2 to 3 months.
Right.
And that's if they do everything right and they're a good SEO company. So what I would recommend is let's probably say 30 days. Sometimes we do it quicker. Sometimes it takes a little bit longer. And so let's kind of under promise and over produce. So if it ends up on the first page in 2 or 3 weeks, they were kind of expecting a month or 6 weeks, however you want to serve that. But let's under promise and over produce, because then they'll give you referrals. It'll be a lot easier to say, hey, listen, you probably have 3 or 4 friends, that own a business that would love to have this. Let me call them, show what we did for you, that you're on, on the first page of Google now, and that we want to help their business. Would that be okay? Because that's the best way to get in. Cold calls are just a lot more difficult than when, someone recommended you, that they're friends with. They're going to talk with you. They're going to be impressed that their buddy's video is on, page 1. You always want to wait till they're on page 1, and then we can call them. And, those 3 will jump into 9, and those 9 will jump into 27. And you really won't have to do a lot of cold calling. And I would try and get outside of Utah, because you can sell anywhere throughout the U.S. How are we with Canada, Josh?
We're great. As a matter of fact, we have quite a few clients in Australia, in New Zealand, in Europe, all over Canada. We've produced these videos all over the world. And so we have different, as you saw, we had a news anchor introduce somebody as an expert. So we have, women that have a UK accent, we have New Zealand accents, we have all the different accents that we need in order to sell these globally. But one thing I want to notate about the price point here that Lane is going to release with you guys one-on-one is that if you guys are members of chambers or BNIs or any of those networking types organizations, because we've streamlined these videos, we're able to offer these much more affordably than what a normal production house would cost. A normal video production company would charge somewhere between $3,000 to $5,000 for one of the expert interviews, and about somewhere between $500 to $900 for the review videos. And so if you can get into some of these networking organizations where you're not cold calling, but you're actually shaking somebody's hand, you're going to be able to offer them video at literally a 10th or a 20th of what they've been pitched. And so that is where I would say is the lowest hanging fruit inside of your networks, as opposed to picking up the phone and cold calling. I mean, if you go to 1 or 2 networking events and talk about videos at the price points that Lane gives you, and the ability to list these in the Google search, just warm up 5 or 6 people at the event and follow up with them. Because of the price points, you'll find that the close ratios are very, very high, especially if you've shaken their hand, because then you've built there's a measure of trust that's built just by shaking somebody's hand.
Exactly. So, and that's really what I'm after is those residuals. Remember, if they already have a video that they are in love with, Josh, we'll optimize that video with our Google program, right?
Absolutely. Any video can be optimized. And so if they have an existing video, usually it's about the same price, so they would have gotten a video for free. But Lane will show you the pricing sheets, and we're going to create some flyers for you too. So if somebody's interested, and I will say that the lowest hanging fruit, anytime you're in sales, and I may be talking to people who know about sales, and I'm just saying things you already know, but anytime that I am in a sales situation, I always go for the lowest hanging fruit. Who's the easiest person to sell this to? And by far, with this program, the price points that we've developed here, it's people in these networking organizations, because most people in a BNI or a chamber, they know they need to market their business. They spend a little bit of money on a membership somewhere, and so they're not a completely brand new business that hasn't spent any money. And the price points that we're coming in on with these videos are so affordable that you'll find your closing ratios to be very, very high inside of those environments.
Yeah, again, yeah, the low hanging fruit, or your warm markets, are the, you know, where to go. Give them a deal. Say, hey, if you can give me 5 referrals, I'll do this for you. I'll send you out to dinner, whatever you want to do, because you're going to be able to manage what you sell these for, and we're going to give you a net price, and then you're gonna add whatever profit margins on top of that you want to. And so the more capable you are, and the harder you work, the better off you're going to be. There's going to be some things you're going to need to do. Pretty simple. Set up, if you haven't already, a YouTube channel to put your videos on, and you know, I mean, I'm on 2 or 3, 4 webinars a day. So you're going to need a webinar room. Zoom.us US is a very good one to do if you're going to be using webinars. I could not live now without a webinar room. I pay $15 a month. The other one, you can do everything, but if you're on for 40 minutes and 3 seconds, your thing's going to shut down. And for $15 a month, I can do $15 a month, and you know, have an hour or an hour and a half or whatever time I need to take with a client to show them what I need to show them video wise, answer their questions, and get a sale done.
And also, I believe Lane extended that he'd be willing to, if Lane's busy, you can always set it up with me, and I'll walk through, you know, the first couple sales with you. You just get somebody interested, tell them you got these videos, you can place them on Google, and I'll help you make, you know, if Lane's not available, I'll help you make the first couple sales and show you how easy it is at these price points to close somebody. Back to you, Lane.
Oh, I'm sorry. Okay, I put myself on mute so I don't make noises that can be heard. If you could, Josh, go into the chat room and put your name, email, and phone number in there.
Yeah.
And then everyone can note that down. You know, we're here to just make you successful, make a lot of money, have a lot of fun with it, build up a good residual. You know, I figure, you know, and I'll sit down with and talk with each one of you. But you know, if you can do this Google program, there's no reason that within a year's time, if you did one of these a day, let's see, 400. I mean, you should be in the range of somewhere between $2,000 to $5,000, $6,000 residuals in a year from now.
Absolutely, very easily obtainable, and that's one a day. Plus all the commissions you'd be making up front by selling the videos themselves.
Exactly. So, yeah, I wanted to have this webinar so that you could meet Josh, that you knew this was kind of a real, the real deal, and what we could do and how we could perform, how we could take care of our clients, and you know, make sure that they're happy. we would love to do 2 or 3 or 4 videos. You can build your own packages. I have some ideas on putting packages together, but you can sell them, you know, 2 5-star videos and 1 or 2 or 3. Josh, and you may want to explain kind of how the system works as to, you know, maybe one of your clients that has 2 or 3, I think the jeweler store.
Yeah, so here's something interesting. So you can sell somebody multiple listings. You can sell multiple videos, but you can also sell them multiple listings. And so, for example, with the expert interviews, if you have a client that has, let's say it's a brick and mortar store, or even an orthodontist that has more than 1 location, then you can sell them multiple listings. So you could sell them, you know, like a orthodontist in Springville and cosmetic dentist in Sandy. You know, you can sell them multiple cities. If they are actively marketing in multiple cities, you can sell them listings in multiple cities. And so that can turn into a bigger residual. I have some clients, a plumber specifically, who has 8 cities. So it's the same video, but we've sold them 8 different listings. And so, you know, that turns into, you know, a decent sized residual just off of 1 client, because it's a little bit larger plumbing operation. And so there's the ability to do that. But then there's also, and this is where the real magic of the review videos is there's a tremendous amount of companies out there that have been in business for a little while. Go ahead and pause that for me, Lane. That have been in business for a while, and they have a lot of letters of recommendations, written testimonials inside of their business, but they aren't necessarily Google reviews. They're not someone who logged into Google and put it into Google. And so they've got all this client credibility, but there's no way to kind of put that into Google without calling your client and asking them to log in and go and do it in Google. And so the power of these videos is to be able to take any testimonial that you may have, or any letter of recommendation that they may have, turn it into a video, and then we can list it in Google for them. And so just like you saw there when Lane looked at the Tesla Motors, they had a handful of Google reviews, but we were able to place as many video reviews on there as we'd like. Second thing is that combating bad reviews. You know, you have a couple of nice 5-star video reviews can help really combat a bad review. So if you know a client that has, you know, they're trying to combat a bad review, this is a great way to show recommendations through video.
Okay. Great, we appreciate that. What we would like to do is next week have another webinar get together, kind of go over things, how, you know, of course we have Thanksgiving, and so basically Thursday, Friday are a little bit blown up. But what I would recommend is kind of learn this. We can work on some pitches. I'll shoot out an email. I'll put some ideas together. But if we can get to the decision maker and show them our story, I think that there will be a very good closing rate on this, because it's like a no-brainer on this. It's the easiest way to get you know, a Google ranking, a page ranking, than anything. And like I say, there are companies, and you've probably seen this, it's $500 a month, it's $800 a month, it's whatever, thousands a month. And you know, we're just talking, you know, like I say, we'll talk with each one of you if you decide that you want to really go after this a bit, and we'll make it happen and get you all the tools and everything that you need. So we'll wind this up. As some of you know, we're going to have a 5 o'clock webinar. Josh, if you want to stick around, we've got a product that's a digital business card.
Yeah, I'll stick around.
Checked out. So we're going to have a gentleman from back east, Scott Gabriel, that'll be joining us, and we're going to be explaining that, what it is, answering questions on that. So we're going to wrap up on this. Just stay on the webinar, because this is where we're meeting for the next one. Any final questions tell us what you think. Are you excited on what we're doing or whatever?
This is Troy Campbell. I just want to say thank you, and I can't stick around for the Vcard thing. I've got to go to my next meeting, but just wanted to say thank you, and we'll keep going.
You bet.
Thanks, Troy.
Yeah.
Okay. Any other questions?
Nope.
Diana, what do you think? Did that help kind of clarify what we're doing?
I'll be sticking on to the next one, and I need to go for a few minutes.
Okay. Well, you've got a few minutes. That's okay. And Tom, I don't know if you're hooked up to sound or not, but hopefully you can stay with us and kind of look at this. Josh, just to bring, I haven't even kind of introduced you to this. This is something that kind of came to me about a week before last that has some interesting marketing tools.
Yeah.
There's actually a free one that we can give out, so we'll introduce that to you also as we get going.
Awesome.
So now, Tom, what I want you to do is go get a headset and a microphone so you can join us. Tom is up in Boise, and he's got the TV show on the real estate. And you probably remember him, Josh, because we talked to him a little bit.
Yeah, I do.
And so, Tom, really what we've done is kind of opened up that expert interview so that we can now sell that, but we don't get all the collateral information and those kinds of things. But we'll squeeze Josh on as much as we can to make us all successful on that. So I'm going to put myself on hold for just a few minutes. We're going to, like I say, having Scott join us here in just a few minutes, and we'll get that going.
Oh, there we go. Okay, I got back in. It just now popped in.
Okay, I'm back.
Okay. Okay, sounds great. Thanks. Bye.
So when did you leave us, Hillary?
About 3 minutes ago.
Oh, okay. So you got most of it. That's great.
Yeah.
That's great. So tell us what you think.
I think it's awesome. I do have a question for you, though. If we're selling these for $200, is that $200 a month or just flat fee?
Well, we'll get into that. Some of it is going to be, the residual will be based on the Google kind of SEO work, and then the videos are going to be one time, unless, a lot of people will get one and then they'll, you get back and you say, hey, why don't we do another one, in 2 or 3 months. And so there are a few companies that'll get 2 or 3 of these, they'll put them on their websites, that kind of thing. So the videos are, one at a time, and then the Google, is the residual. And I'll get with you and kind of go over the specifics on that.
All right. Seems good.
Oh, it's raining, isn't it?
Yep. It looks like it's gonna snow pretty soon.
We need rain and all of that good stuff.
You guys still have snow,
Up in the mountains,
but not down in town?
not down in town. We have had just a little bit about a week ago.
Mhm.
But
We've just gotten rain here, so.
yeah, we're just getting rain. What's your elevation there
In Grand Junction? I really don't know. I know we're right next to, we're going right up in the mountains. We're within 45 minutes, an hour of Glenwood Springs, maybe an hour and 15 minutes of Vail.
Yeah.
So, but we're kind of like a high desert, so
You're kind of like Salt Lake and all along here.
Yeah, about the same.
Kind of do that same.
But for some reason, we don't get the weather Salt Lake gets. Probably because we're surrounded by mountains. On both sides, with the Colorado Mesa on the south and the Booklet Mountains going up into the Colorado Mountains on the north and on the east. So we just kind of get pretty good weather usually.
4,583 feet.
Is that what we are? Thanks.
All we have to do is just Google that. That makes it simple. Okay, I'm gonna put myself on hold. I'm gonna check with Scott, make sure he's able to get on. Are you there, Scott? Oh, Scott's here. That's good. Scott, can you hear me?
Yes, can you hear me?
I can hear you just perfectly. Okay, well, listen, we're going to get started. Scott, why don't you just take a moment or two, kind of introduce yourself, and then we'll kind of get into the product a little bit more, and kind of tell us about Vcard. We'll watch a video. Some of you have seen it, some of you haven't, so we'll just let you take a little bit about why you're doing Vcard and what you expect, and a little bit about the company, anything that would help us to kind of better understand what's going on with that. You got her, Scott. Can you hear me, Scott? Oh, he dropped off. Okay, we'll hope that he joins us here again. There's Don. Hello, Don.
Howdy.
Good to have you on here. I'm
gonna check it out.
Yeah, I'm gonna go on hold here and just let Scott know that he dropped off. Hold on.